week, another Central Circle podcast. This one is going to be painful.
For you.
Yeah, for me and Adrian. You got myself, John here, Adrian, Isaac and Keith all in the studio. How you doing, boys?
Boy. Fantastic.
Not great.
All of you guys that were chatting on that Arteta reel, chatting rubbish to me. I want to know what you're saying today. Anyway, it's FA Cup weekend. Everyone talks about the magic of the FA Cup. I don't think we've had any magic, but we've definitely had the drama.
Yeah.
We've definitely had the drama of the FA Cup. Lots of games, but we're going to mainly focus on the Arsenal Man United game at the Emirates. Tottenham scraping through away at Tamworth. Adrian's mate, Thomas Frank, doing what he does at home versus Plymouth. Villa versus West Ham. Everton versus Peterborough. With Everton doing some interesting movements, decision announcements 2 or 3 hours before the game. So and then we'll go into a few other topics. Kyle Walker's respectfully requested to leave.
Media effect as well.
Yeah, which Guardiola decided to tell all of us in the press conference unusually. We'll get onto that. City have made a move in the transfer market as we all expected. We'll look forward to the midweek Premier League games, which I think are going to be interesting with some of the results this weekend. And we look forward to the second half of the season and make some predictions and try not to have any recency bias, e.g. the last few hours. Anyway. So, Arsenal, Manchester United. This one went all the way. Extra time, penalties. Finished 1-1 after extra time. Gabriel scored in the 63rd minute, equalising after Manchester United had gone ahead through Bruno Fernandes. Diogo Dalot didn't want to help the cause, got himself sent off in the 61st minute. Guys, let's take it from the top. Vince, how was this game?
Boy, it was a bit of a repeat of the first game that Amram came through to when he came to the Emirates. So in the sense of set up with a low block and we're going to hit you on the counter. This time they were a little bit more organised than before because he's had a little bit more time with them. We just kind of looked predictable, going wide, coming back in. Played with a bit of pace. I think we did play with a bit of pace. I think Martinelli had a good first half. Like he made some good runs and etc. And then once they got sent off, I don't know. It's just predictable. No one's really taking the game by the scruff of its neck. We had enough.
Odegaard coming in off the right.
Yeah, it's
crossing the ball to the back post.
It's the same. There's times when the players can drive into the box with the ball and they're choosing a pass. So there was a moment when very early in the game when Skelly got the ball just outside the United half. I was like, yeah, drive in the box. And he turned back and played it back. I think in the second half, Odegaard had a chance. I think Partey played him in, and then he kind of tried to play a through ball, but he had the chance to drive into the box of the ball and make something happen. So there's not enough of that from the players. Sterling had a couple moments, and we had abundance of chances and just wouldn't go in the back of the net. I've got my reason, but but on a serious note, it's just not our day.
Trossard's chance as well.
And I think
desire.
Yeah. I think my thing now is not so much about the quality of the squad. I don't think that's the issue anymore. I think it's more about mentality and the mentality that we're sending them out there with to kind of get over the line. And I think that's something down to the coaching staff. What is it, a diehard, like win at all costs kind of message, or is it, oh, we're good enough and we should win? Those are two different things, right?
Even before you get to mentality, it just looks predictable.
Yeah, 100%.
It looks like we just do the same thing. And against some teams, that will work because the quality is there, you execute. But then when you come across people, I got this thing, Arteta thinks he's the cleverest manager that ever hit a touchline, right? When you come up against someone else who actually has some ideas, imagine that. That's it. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. How did you see it, Isaac?
Just to your question, when you say there's nothing else, do you think you don't have the right personnel, or do you think it's a tactics thing?
I think if I do it in order of impact, I think it's a tactics thing, personally.
Mhm.
There's no way you can say you can't play a different way with some of the players he's got.
Mhm.
And then secondly, there could be an argument, well, actually, if I'm going to really have a plan B or a plan C with what I've got right now, I can't do it. But I'm not buying that because I don't think we've even seen plan B yet.
Yeah. I mean, I watched the game and I enjoyed it. It was nice.
I bet you did.
It was a nice. No, just a banner aside, it was a good game to watch. To be fair, I was interested to see how United would set up, considering what they did to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And to see Dalot not get as forward as much as he did against Liverpool, obviously, clearly to me, points out a tactical
Learning.
Adjustment.
So I know I was a bit harsh on United last week. My belief is still the same, but I just think that, okay, cool. They clearly set out to target Trent, right? But back to this game, I think clearly Arsenal they had the upper hand. They were, taking the game to United. United at times looked like they were just trying to survive. Especially, Binder looked shaky at first and then he grew into the game. Arsenal, for me, without Saka, and even at times with Saka, they just look like there's just something missing. They look like they're missing that killer edge. I don't think you've had that killer edge for a long time. I think Aubameyang had it somewhat. But then even before that, I'd say go back to probably Henry, right?
Van Persie.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Van Persie and then Henry. But it just always seems like every year Arsenal have the tools.
Hold on, Sanchez.
Yeah.
Sanchez was the killer.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay, fine, fair enough. Yeah, I completely. Oh man, I forgot about him.
So did I. I lost my mind for a second.
But yeah, that's true actually, because with him in the squad, you lot won back-to-back FA Cups, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And he was.
Him and Ozil was
a
tandem.
partnership, yeah. But that aside, okay, let's say since Sanchez then, just lacked that killer edge.
No, I agree. And I think to Adrian's point about mentality, you think the mentality of the squad, even in that first season where I think maybe they were surprised by how well we were doing in the league. So that desire to win games, all those last minute winners, all that stuff that carried a little bit into last season. But this season, it just doesn't feel like that level of drive is there. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, the squad is injury hit. Like I'm not gonna take that away. Do you know what I mean? He loses Saka, he brings Waneri in for a game, and it looks like, oh, actually, this guy, he's not Saka, but he's gonna affect the game in his own way. He gets injured after 45 minutes of a game and a half of doing that.
Yeah.
Calafiori, all of this stuff, but we should still have enough to
get the result.
Yeah.
And we had chances today.
Well, and that's the thing. So someone may say, well, you're saying it's one dimensional, but it still created chances that we should have taken. You miss a penalty in a game like this, again, criminal.
For me, the amount of chances that you lot carve up, you should be putting away far more than you do. And again, it goes back to not having someone, your team, that is just ruthless. And even Saka himself, like he comes
ruthless,
across
yeah.
as like, that nice player. He does his job. He's consistent, but you'd want to see more from him. Like if Saka had the output or like the drive and just directness of like Salah.
But I don't think that's I think the issue between Saka and Salah is more a tactical setup. So Saka's got to track back a lot more than what Salah has to. And Salah stays high and wide as long as possible. I think the other thing
it's interesting, sorry about that. You know that game where Trent does that? I don't think he can do it again if you try. That pass where he passes it around the player.
Outside of the
on the outside of the boot, right? It's a good point because Ant made that point. We were in a group and he said, look, that's Arsenal. But Bukayo Saka's
right next to
Trent.
Yeah.
When he wins the ball.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Right? Whereas Salah doesn't have to do that. Salah doesn't have to go back. You guys will compensate for that and then he can make that out ball out.
But that comes down to the point of the two of them, comparing the two of them. Saka in nature, just looking at his game, he's just direct. Like you look at Saka.
Mm.
I mean, Salah. I said Salah. Sorry, Salah's just direct.
Yeah.
That's what he has in his game. Saka, if he did that more, if he walked into games and just was like, "I'm going for goal and nothing more," I think they
But
would.
I don't think he's allowed to do that.
I don't think he's allowed to do that.
I don't think, but I don't think Salah was allowed to do. I don't think
No,
Salah coming
Salah's
saying like, "This is what."
Arne Slot said like when you took off against, was it no, who did he took off Quansah for Konate. He said we weren't dominating the game. Remember?
Against Ipswich.
Yes. And he goes, my thing was I need Salah up there one-on-one against the fullback. We don't wide and high as much as possible. And that's what he said in his interview. He goes, and we weren't winning the ball back early enough to dominate that area. So that's why I took him off and brought on Thingy, and that changed the game. But the other thing I think is a tactical setup as well is the amount of shots we take from outside the area. There's ample times to shoot from outside the area.
And it's just a floating.
It's a floater, or we're looking for the blind pass, like a little reverse, dinking behind. Shoot.
Too cute.
It's always cute. It's always looking at a little sliding. Just take a shot.
This comes back to me saying there's no ruthlessness in this team.
Can I chip in? I hear the kind of tactical bit as well that you guys are saying, but I think there's something that's crept in this season that we didn't see much of last season or the season before, is that your players are getting a lot more rattled during the 90 minutes than they were the last two seasons. So, like, there was a little melee in the box when I think it was Maguire and Havertz. And we've seen, like, even with the kind of the off-ball decision, so, like, when the ball's being kicked away and stuff, like, you see your players
protesting it,
visibly protesting.
Yeah.
And it's like they're
But you can understand that though, after what happened with Rice and all
no, I
that.
totally understand. I totally understand that, but I think because that's creeped into the players on the pitch, they're losing focus a little bit. They're kind of worried about things that might go against them.
Well, boy,
and it might become
when your manager's doing Zumba on the sideline.
And I was just going to say that, like, and I think that's crept down from the manager. It's like they've got an additional distraction on the pitch, which is creeping into their game.
Well, Manchester United, they had a game plan. They set out. You have to say they achieved it. They took the lead away from home.
Great finish.
Give someone props in the second but finish. Yeah,
you go man down, and you hang on, take the battering all the way for extra time, and then you prevail on penalties. You score 5 of your 5 penalties.
Yeah.
Is there? I don't want to be accused of being, having recency. Just focusing on the last couple of weeks. But is there a conversation that needs to be had about Saliba?
No, I don't think so.
I'd say levels dropped.
I'll just say he's
A
not playing
little
as
bit.
well. He's not playing as well as he has done.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
there's a
it,
conversation
yeah.
to be had
That's
there.
what I didn't want to say. I didn't want to be accused of recency. But, I mean, there's been a few moments over the last couple of weeks where you can look at him and go, what's going on?
Yeah, and I think there's definitely been a recognition.
That goal doesn't come from it doesn't happen without his slip up there.
But their goal,
Their first goal, yes, it doesn't happen without his.
with Gabriel slipped. He was 2-2. Well, I don't think that's
It
much.
wasn't
to do.
Gabriel. It was Saliba that headed the ball and slit. Huh? Was that not Saliba?
No, didn't go out to the wing. Gabriel tried to win it, and he slipped, and then Garnacho
Oh, that was
ran.
Gabriel.
Yeah, and then Garnacho
my
ran
bad,
through.
then I
Yeah,
retract. I thought
But
it
he
was
did
Saliba.
get spun by Xerxes in the middle. Keep it.
Yeah, no, I think
skill though, innit?
No,
Come
no,
on.
Yeah, I'm playing.
But
Yeah, I don't think there's a big conversation.
The person I want to give credit to though is like his resilience and mentality, Harry Maguire.
Yeah,
Like, remember, like he's gone through the season. And the reason why I'm bigging him up today, his performance was but his performance was good today.
yeah.
And you got to remember, he weren't in the team. They wanted to get rid of him, and he's forced his way back in.
Yeah, and he thrived in a free.
And actually, even though there were people talking about De Ligt and Euro, he's looked the best centre back since he's come back in. He was commanding today. He won key headers.
Yeah.
That penalty wasn't really a penalty, to be fair.
I want to see him up against a good striker. I want to see him with someone that's going to give him a
I
hard
want to see Haaland come there and pull him around the box. Then we'll see what I go on.
But he's played in
Ollie
the last few
Watkins
games.
running
He's
up,
played well.
running him
He
ragged.
played
or
well
John
against
Durant.
Liverpool. He didn't do nothing wrong against Liverpool. He's played well against us today. Like,
Is he doing what he's supposed to be doing?
I want to
but
see
no,
him.
it's not that. But I'm talking about that mentality
Oh,
that
that sounds
we
a bit Roy Keane-ish, to be fair.
There he goes. Thank you. I'm talking about. Remember, they were talking about trying to get rid of him, get him off. ETH.
Justifiably so, though. He was crap for 2 years. Like, actually
He hasn't
rubbish.
been crap. He hasn't been crap. I think what's
No,
happened.
but at that time, he was.
No, I think what's happened. The price tag has made him
What?
unfairly judged, and actually, he's been solid. I'm not saying he's the best in the world.
Harry Maguire's been solid over the last
So
No,
two
he's
wait,
years.
been okay. He hasn't been. He ain't been awful.
No, you're
He hasn't been the best.
Pete, are you hearing this?
So
You
at the
can-
time, wait. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying some of the stuff wasn't over the top. But let's be very, very clear. He was playing atrociously for a solid piece of time. Not badly, atrociously.
I disagree.
Bruv.
But
Are
that's
we
another
forgetting
story.
some of the performances, some
I'm
of
not saying he
the
hasn't made mistakes.
mistakes? Yeah, but he was making them every week.
All I'm saying, since he's come back in
Nah,
right now,
bruv.
he's been decent, and that's all I'm saying.
But
And
no,
today,
granted,
he
but-
was good. He won key headers for them. He made key blocks. He was good
But I
today.
think,
Harry-
like we said with Saliba, it's got to be the same with Harry Maguire. He's got to be consistent for a long period of time to start lording in it.
I'm not disputing that, but what I'm factoring in is
Mm.
what he's had to go through during his time. Not sometimes right and sometimes wrong. To come back and build yourself back up is
Some
credit
of
on
it
him.
was self-inflicted, though.
I-
Like the
100%
nonsense he
some-
did on holiday.
Some yeah,
All
most
right, then.
definitely. But he's built himself back up, and I just wanted to give him credit.
All
for
right,
that.
Harry, he's patted you on the back, mate. Send him a shirt.
So, another question for the Arsenal massive. Arteta. I know you put out a strong team.
If I
He
speak,
clearly
bruv.
wanted to win the game,
Mhm.
but it doesn't look good going out of a cup competition so early.
What did I say
when,
last week?
when you're down in the first leg of the other cup.
What did I say the other day? He's in cups. His record in cups is shocking. I saw a graphic today. Since we won it, he's not been past the fourth round.
Oh wow.
Since 2020, he's not been past the fourth round. Carling Cup the same. I think the semi-finals, the first semi-final has
yeah.
been two since the FA Cup final. The semi-final in the Carabao Cup.
No, we played you in the semi-final. Maybe two or three seasons ago.
So I
yeah.
think his cup record isn't great. He's not a
Yeah.
great cup manager for whatever reason. And when you're doing that 4 years in a row,
That's why I said something. It's the tactics and mentality, right?
yeah. It's not good enough. It's really not good enough.
As I said, Bayern there had a game of games today. He was absolutely
Who did?
Bayern there.
Chalk and cheese. to
Nah.
be honest, first half, I was like, "Who is this guy? Get him out of here!"
Nah, he was just call it ring rust. He was just a bit, when was the last time he played? So what
I
exactly?
don't
There
know.
you go.
no, and it's a big
There you
game.
go.
Nah,
and it's a big game as well.
Yeah,
And it's a
man.
big game. You've got to give him an opportunity
Because
to warm into
not
it.
every number two comes in and gives that performance. Like if you go back to Wednesday, the keeper that played against Liverpool for Tottenham,
Mhm.
they signed him on the
Kinski.
Sunday,
And then he played today.
and he
And he played on Wednesday.
he played on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but I mean that's more.
no, he redeemed himself in the second half and extra time and penalties.
Yeah,
like give him that. But yeah,
Because you was critical of him.
I still am. I don't think he's going to give you many of those performances. So yeah, big
well,
up.
anyway, another an embarrassing. No, it's embarrassing. You're at home. You've lost to one of your big rivals. It's never good to lose to Man United, and Arsenal are out of a cup again. So, as it stands, the league doesn't look like it's coming Arsenal's way. 2-0 down in the Carabao Cup semi-final, and you've got to go away to claw that back. So you got to go to St James's Park and beat
With
them
all these
3-0.
injuries.
Yeah, exactly, and beat them 3-0.
You definitely got.
I'm calling it.
Market.
There's no trophies this season.
Yeah.
It's a
Do you
trophy
think
this season for
Do you think
Arsenal.
Arteta stands on that statement that he made
What's that?
about not just bringing anybody in the January window?
I don't think we're going to bring anyone in anyway.
he repeated it today as well.
We need to, but we're not going to bring no
But
one
then
in.
there's that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be another trophy this season, and all the Arteta fanboys will make more excuses for him in May.
I don't think
Because
so.
Because before it was, I was going up against one of the best teams we've ever seen. That team is having a madness. The one now. Anyway, Tamworth v Tottenham. You know, I had so much to say about Tottenham. I can't even talk now. That game, I said to someone, if you don't know football, and I sat you down in front of the TV, you wouldn't know who the Premiership team was.
I got asked that same question
Yeah.
today.
Serious?
Yeah.
It was bad.
I got
was
asked,
bad.
which one's Tottenham? And I said, the one in blue. And the response was, I thought it was the other team.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's shocking. It was low energy, low intensity. I don't know what
Low
Timo Werner was.
quality.
Yeah, low quality. I don't know what Timo Werner was doing that first half.
Brendan Johnson was bad. Mickey Moore
Really
was
bad. Yeah,
Mickey Moore was.
Mikey.
To be fair, that was his first game back in a while.
3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and
But
he got
second half,
stuck-
That
he got put
shouldn't,
straight
I'm
in.
sorry, but that shouldn't matter.
he's
man.
Against this,
He's
this
Hold on.
17.
You just said the goalkeeper had ring rust. Said him play for time. Why doesn't it matter? This.
No. Okay, do you want me to tell you why it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Why it's a different? Why I have
He's
a
been
different
ill
view
for
of
3
it?
months as well.
Okay, fine. But this is a part-time team
Mhm.
who play 5 leagues below you, or however many leagues.
Train twice a week.
Train twice a week.
And works in Zara.
There's a level. Exactly. There's a man that there's a building
We
surveyor
need to
in
talk
goal.
about that coverage. Some of it I felt a bit condescending. We need to talk.
Yeah,
about
They
but
do it
that's
every
always
year. Though.
they
They
do
do
it
it
every
every
year.
year. They do it every year.
That's traditional.
Yeah.
But you're granted you're not a first team regular, and you're like you said you're 17, but you train every day. You're a professional footballer. There still should be a
A
level,
level of display.
Yeah,
Like, I
facts.
understand what you're saying. Like
that you should be
get that
displaying.
touch, a movement.
I agree.
Even though you're not going to get a goal.
I understand.
don't
I
know,
understand
man.
the
I think
preface
there's a
of
lot-
that he's sick.
I think there's a lot of other players in that team you got a level criticism before.
Oh,
No. I'm just saying.
But
No,
I-
but I'm
it was a
saying
poor game.
It was a poor
It
all
was-
And the
round.
second half, he came out and played how we expected him to play in the first half.
There
so
you
it
go.
was there. I think it was. Well, you never know, but it did look a little bit age old. I will be all right. You
Yeah.
know,
They
they
were
just
looking for
didn't
free
want it.
kicks that
Yeah.
weren't free
Yeah,
kicks.
definitely.
They were being entitled. Like they're getting
The only
pulled in.
person that wanted it was Madison. He would take a shot anytime he could. He was moving the ball. He was moving around. He was trying. He was like, listen, we need to win this game.
Yeah.
First start he's had in how long? But it was really poor. And
But
to be fair,
Tamworth, yeah, they didn't kind of sit back.
Mhm.
Like they had a shot within like the first 20 seconds of the
they
game,
went-
innit?
yeah,
Like that guy
yeah.
out wide left. And yeah, they were putting themselves about. They were physical. And that guy
Nouri.
Tonks
I
in the
don't-
middle,
but I
the
don't
bald
think-
fella.
Yeah,
I don't, you know
him
what it
and
was? I don't
Kenny,
think.
the
Yeah.
Creaney or Kenny, the
I
striker.
don't think there were anything exceptionally in terms
No.
of physicality. I think they were just playing the game, and Tottenham just thought they had the
Properly.
right
Mm.
to just walk out there. Because I'm seeing them looking for free kicks, and the ref's like, "Are you play on?"
Do you know what it looked like to me? Tamworth brought them down to their level and played their game. Like if you look at the striker, he was. I don't know how much non-league football you guys have watched or played or whatever, but if you've ever played at that level of seen them games, that striker was doing what every striker does.
every week.
Yeah.
I'm bullying and
Bruv,
having
there's
his
like a
way.
minimum height requirement for strikers at that level.
Yeah,
bullying and having his way, and the defender Dragusin, he got pulled in.
he was lucky to stay up because there was a couple of fouls. I was like, that's a yellow. That's a second yellow.
It was great to watch, and Tottenham. There was definitely an air of entitlement. Oh, we're just gonna we're
Just turn
Tottenham.
up. Yeah,
we're gonna do what we do.
Yeah, and they're not
And
in
win.
great form, etc. And then Ange had to make some changes. He brings on almost everybody. So, but the initial changes were Bergvall. He brought on
Solanke.
Solanke
and Solanke. That didn't help, right? So it's still the game. This game ended 90 minutes 0-0. So you've gone to Tamworth away, and you've had to go to extra time,
And bring on Son.
and you had to bring on Son and Kulusevski.
Yeah.
And then Jed Spence, I think he took off Dragusin just
Yeah.
in case. I mean, that 3-0 scoreline flatters them massively.
Yeah.
Absolutely massively.
This is why I wish the
To
game
be
went
fair,
to penalties though.
Yeah.
I think most of that largely came from again the status in player. Right?
Mm.
You've got a bunch of professionals against a bunch of part timers. There's a clear disparity in terms of fitness,
Mhm.
right? And
Oh, you feel like it tailed off towards the
Yeah.
Yeah. They
I
switched
think-
off with that free kick
yeah.
for the first goal.
Um,
Because they
yeah.
were on it during the 90 minutes.
Mm.
And then like we've all been there, like you get the extra time, you get a bit tired.
and your
mind's not
decision
right.
making
Yeah.
starts going down the pan.
Mm.
But it's the only time someone's really free throughout the whole game,
Exactly.
really.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a shame it was our own goal for the first one.
yeah. Totally.
Yeah, so look, I mean, Ange just kind of got away with it, but
Absolutely.
yeah, it
He would
wasn't.
have been under mad pressure.
I think
Oh,
I
it would've
don't
been
think he has gotten away with it per se. I think the spotlight's on them.
He's done better than Arteta has.
Yeah,
But
but
you
I
know-
think the spotlight's on them like even more so to say like
If
you're
you-
supposed to.
If you look at the results, They say that they have a really good game, and then the next game, no matter who it is, they play really bad.
Yeah.
And after they beat Liverpool, everyone was saying, "Well, we know what's going to happen against Tamworth."
Yeah. It's mad.
There you go.
Not good. Sorry, I'm really laughing because I've just seen who's next on my list to talk about. Brentford versus Plymouth Argyle. Bit of a giant killing here. Plymouth, who wanted to wait until when Rooney lost his job before they decided to win a game. Knocked out Brentford.
Away.
Away, yes, it's away. I'm just looking at this Brentford team. It wasn't the weakest team, you know.
Yeah, it's not a bad team at all.
Cavalli, I forgot he was there. Flipping hell.
He's done okay.
Damsgaard, Jensen, Vandenberg. It's not a strong team. I think
No, it's not a strong team.
it's not. So I think there's 2 starting of the starting 11. The rest of them don't start.
But I think for the opposition,
That's a strong.
yeah, you could say it's a strong team. Considering how poor
Is that
Plymouth have been.
Fair. And then he brought on Westside in Brabber, Lewis Potter. He brought on the whole artillery. But fair play to Plymouth Argyle. Gone through Morgan Whittaker, 82nd minute. The FA Cup, man. It doesn't take any prisoners. Any prisoners at all.
I think that's their first away win since April.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Wayne, pack it in, mate. Next up, Villa, West Ham. Obviously, West Ham having moved on from Lopetegui in the week with some of the worst kind of manager transitions I've ever seen.
They handled that situation so poorly, man.
Yeah.
The thing is, at first I thought, is the internet just doing the internet again? Because that picture with Potter could have been taken whenever, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
people in football circles.
They said it was an old picture.
Is it?
Yeah.
See?
It wasn't relevant. It
You know,
wasn't
people
current.
in football circles, because then I read actually the director of football's job's on the line because Karen Brady did most of the negotiations with Potter.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously he brought Lopetegui in. Some of his signings haven't done well. What's the striker's name?
Fulkrug.
Fulkrug. Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
did he last? 20 minutes on Friday?
But
Right.
injured.
Yeah, saying he's out for 3 months.
Oh. But he hasn't done well since he's
That,
coming anyway.
that signing surprised
Well,
me.
I said it
It
at the
surprised
time.
everyone.
because he's
Yeah.
so. In terms of football, he's old.
It didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's only had one, maybe two,
Back
1.5
season.
good seasons.
Yeah.
Did he even
In Germany?
Did he do all right in the Euros? I can't even
He
remember.
done all right.
Yeah,
He
he done
scored a couple
okay.
goals,
Yeah.
because they were talking about him starting ahead of Kai.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
And
yeah.
then,
I think-
and then West Ham was like, yeah, we'll have him.
I think he did well with the Kilman signing. I think Alvarez wasn't a bad signing.
Alvarez was before that time. He was under Moyes, wasn't he?
No, but the director of football was him.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons
Yeah.
why he's left.
Oh,
Remember?
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, he done all right. So what? Paqueta.
He did sign Paqueta, that director of football.
Yeah, Paqueta's only been there 2 years. This is his second season, no? Or third?
No, Paqueta's
He's
been there
been there
for
for a
time.
minute.
I think he's
Oh, really?
fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, I
think
didn't
he's
realise
fourth.
he'd been there
He
that
did.
long.
He did
Oh,
I
sign
was looking at
Paqueta,
the
yeah.
numbers the other day. I was looking at his
Oh, okay,
numbers.
fair
Yeah.
enough. So.
Yeah, but Kilman. So
Because him and Guimaraes left Leon around the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Basuma, no, Wan-Bissaka, sorry. It's all right
Mm.
signing.
So yeah, Graham Potter is back in the game. This was his first match, no?
Yep,
He
first
was,
game.
yeah.
They started well though.
Yeah.
I think you
Paqueta
can
looked
see-
lively and
Yeah, they looked
You
a little
see
bit
what-
more attacking football than what.
yeah.
Everyone's playing for their place. That's all you saw, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, granted.
But it was
But
more
it's
attacking
gotta
and
be
more
done, innit?
direct. Yeah.
I don't buy
Gotta
the Graham Potter thing, you know. Don't
He's
buy
better
it.
than your guy.
Who?
The one that just got sacked.
Oh my god.
He
Anyway.
labelled you with that.
Yeah, bruv, he's
But,
proper TARDIS movement. But yeah, so a little bit of up and down. But away to Villa, in classic new manager style, they go ahead in 10 minutes.
Somerville
Within 10
looked
minutes.
lively. First
He
half.
did. I think he's gonna be. He might get asked to play right wing back, but he's gonna play more. He might get some of the Raheem Sterling treatment. I put a dish that at Chelsea. And then yeah, Villa come back to 2-1 with a very, very controversial goal. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I can't believe the ref. missed it. I can't believe it.
Well, I've got a little bit of sympathy for him. Because if you look at where he's standing, so Villa player kicks the ball and the ref thinks it takes a deflection on the way out. But if you look at where he's standing, he might have thought he took a nick. That's my point. That from where he was
His
standing.
angle.
But it was a really bad. It didn't go near any West Ham player.
Yeah.
They equalised from that corner. and then they scored a winner 5 minutes later. That's not why you lost.
Yeah.
That corner's the why you lost. You didn't want to defend the second goal, no?
Yeah, but it contributes though, doesn't it?
How?
Because
Your head's
you're,
on
yeah,
that moment.
like
You're still stuck on
like
that moment.
a
innit?
sense of injustice has happened in it, so you might switch off a little bit. I'm not saying that's what should happen. You should kind of be focused. But I understand why it might have affected.
So the
their
62
play.
minutes between you scoring and that corner happening, do you want to do anything else? No.
Yeah, but Villa didn't do anything before they got a helping
Yeah,
hand.
fair. But I just if it was a
Yeah.
1-1 draw, I would kind of get it. But then 5 minutes later, Roger scores and then takes them through. Yeah, good goal. The West Ham are out. Villa go through. Emery, we know Emery loves a cup
Yeah.
specialist.
Yeah, West Ham have to buy a striker now because Bowen fractured his metatarsal,
Oh yeah.
Walker's injured, and Antonio's out for however long. So they've got
No
they've
senior
got Danny
striker.
Ings. He had a chance to equalise.
So no
actually.
senior striker.
And I feel I feel sorry for Ings in terms of he's not had much of a chance. So whenever he plays, he gets 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there. To your point, you know, how sharp is a player going to be?
He needs to go championship. If he went championship, he'd be cleaning up.
Do you know
Yeah,
who he
yeah.
reminds me of? David Nugent.
Oh, you know what? I thought you were going to say someone else. What's the name of that guy? Charlie.
Austin.
Yes.
He's at Swindon Town now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nah,
Or
them man-
coaching.
No, playing.
Serious?
He's been there for a
I
minute now.
said coaching. You're
Wow.
right.
Yeah, still playing.
So those guys are going to
That's
play
where
to.
Ian Holloway, isn't it? Ian Holloway's the manager.
Yeah, I think so.
Someone gave him a job.
Yes.
Of course.
Nah, this game is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, we know Emery loves a cup. Could be a good opportunity for Villa to do something this season. I mean, well, City are still in it.
They've got Spurs next
Oh,
round at home.
no. He's at Tottenham now. He was at Swindon.
Oh,
Oh, is that non-league now?
yeah. So I'd say Villa have got Tottenham at home in the next round. So
Interesting
chance
game.
to progress.
Yeah, I was gonna say, looking at some of those fixtures. Well, Exeter City, you've got Forest at home. Where Forest are playing right now, Exeter. Sorry, lads.
Yeah.
Man United got Leicester at home. Again, the way Leicester
I
are
think
playing.
they might have charges coming up, right, Leicester?
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly.
Coventry at home to Ipswich. Is there anything else here?
Ooh, Coventry could be-
Doncaster have got Crystal Palace at home. The thing is now, with no replays, you want to go to the Premier League team's ground now, to be honest.
Yeah, because of the revenue split.
Yeah. You don't even really want to be at home.
Well, I mean, I hear that. But
Sorry, the players might want to be at home.
exactly.
If you're running the club, let's go Palace. Let's go celebrate.
But I mean, they were saying for Tamworth that, the money that they brought in going to help bring players in on loan in the January window and then also help with the infrastructure.
You see, those advertising boards,
Yeah.
they're new this week,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah. That's not a regular thing.
Come on.
Electronic boards.
Yeah.
No way.
Just see if there's anything else.
Rude
Ooh.
versus Ruben.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Brighton versus Chelsea. That's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah,
I think Chelsea's got that.
I think Chelsea got that. But it will be a good game.
What else? That's it really.
Who's City got?
Plymouth, Liverpool.
Easy money.
Liverpool away at Plymouth.
Yeah.
Roll the kids out.
Ain't Plymouth far as well?
You're far,
That's far.
Far.
I think that's like a
long,
Yeah. Down,
far.
down the
And then lastly,
right in the corner.
Everton, Peterborough, which had so much stuff surrounding the game, right? So obviously had the story of Ashley Young, possibly playing against his son, Tyler Young. And look, I'm gonna do this respectfully, yeah. But when I actually looked into his son, I was like, oh wow, didn't know someone's playing. He's not really had the breakthrough he needs to have at Peterborough.
Yeah.
I've looked through,
the squads.
the squads. He's not necessarily getting that many minutes.
The 20, you don't even get, yeah.
And then I saw who his manager was, which is of interest to me because someone else we know, son is down there.
Nepo baby.
And I've heard interesting stories about Ferguson Jr. and his management style. And we've seen some of that stuff. But yeah, so there was that story. Ashley Young didn't start in the end. And then we find out probably 3 hours or so before the game that Sean Dyche is gone. Told you. new ownership. I think it was inevitable.
Yeah.
What I was surprised at is
when it was done.
when it was done. To be fair, Mickey Richards did make a point in saying that's when it was announced. This has probably been going on for a couple of days. Lawyers have been talking, settlement, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but
Then
I mean,
announced it on Saturday then.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone with a mind of a bit of common sense would know that they didn't just wake up that day and
Friday.
go.
No.
Or
You
short
know, a
nights,
couple
he was
hours
Friday, he was
before-
losing his job. Yeah.
A couple hours before, like, right, give him a call and say, right, you're sacked, and he's probably sitting there thinking, but I've just prepared the team sheet. No,
Yeah.
that's not how it works. We know that. I think you're right, but about the timing of the
Release.
announcement
Yeah.
is a bit mad.
Would you be concerned by that though? Like as a fan, would you be concerned like it looks a bit like a circus? Like you've announced it like how many hours before the game?
Yeah, as a fan, I'm looking at the board.
I don't know.
sideways.
Like, I think the timing of the announcement does look a bit kind of iffy, but from the announcement,
it's just
everything
naive.
was in place, innit? They were like,
Yeah.
Coleman and Baines are taking charge. Moyes was appointed like on the Saturday, so within 48 hours, like it was all kind of done, innit?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, say, to Isaac's point, it's not like Baines and Coleman found out at 4 o'clock they were taking charge of the team. They would have been like had the whole day to prepare, etc. So I understand your question, saying what did it look like, but if it's been done, you got to let them know, innit?
Yeah, I think typically in those situations, something has happened that you didn't want to happen. So maybe some of the negotiations took longer than they wanted to, etc. That's the kind of thing you'd announce late as Thursday or announce it on the Saturday. Maybe something just took longer to go through, some paperwork, agreement, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was. And again, it was another one. It wasn't a great game.
No.
Everton laboured. They go ahead in 42nd minute, better. And then it's 1-0. The clock's counting down. Ashley Young warms up. He comes on. Everyone's like, is the sun going to come on? The sun comes down. He warms up. And I'm looking at this thinking, this is 1-0. You're not playing, bruv. You're not playing. I just knew he wasn't going to bring him on at 1-0. I think if they were losing 4-0 or winning 3-0,
yeah.
he brings him on.
Different.
Right? And then I'm seeing subs come on. Not him. It's not him. I can't remember who was doing co-coms, but they were like, oh, yeah, sometimes you just have to go and warm up just to nudge the manager. I was thinking, this is Darren Ferguson. He's not doing nothing. And lo and behold, even with 8 minutes of injury time, Tyler Young did not touch pitch. And there's been a bit of a debate running. Do you think that he should have just, for sentiment's sake, put him on?
Yes.
No.
And so my thing is this, right? He's not been in the squad or on the bench since a couple of months now.
Mm.
And then even before then, he wasn't.
Mm.
So I think he's only been on the bench for Peterborough once this season prior to this game.
Wow.
Right? Why have you got him on the bench if you're not going to?
But apparently they've got certain injuries, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Peter,
my thing is
He was
this,
having his cake and eating it, wasn't it?
you've included him because you know what's happening.
And you're
Fair.
going to get the TV.
If you're not going to use him, you should have come out before the game
Mm.
and said,
Yeah.
or even if just manage expectations early and just say, look, I know what's riding on this game for him and his dad, but I'll be real with you.
I need the result.
He's only going to see game time.
If
If-
certain permutations have happened in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you
then
can't say that
You
before
can't
him,
say
though.
that. You can't say that. No.
I think you can.
You can.
You can't.
Especially if you've not used him. Like I said, he's only sat
No,
on that
because
bench.
managers have said, this player's only playing 60 minutes. There's no real difference.
No, but that's an
No,
established
but
player.
bro, you
usually.
can't come in the press pre-game conference and say, yeah, I understand this is a monumental thing for Ashley Young and his son.
But you're managing
And if certain
expectations.
things happen,
Yeah, no,
I'm
but
going to put him on.
No, you say you don't say what the
Some people
conditions
call
are.
that match
All you say is, it would be good for it to happen if the conditions are right,
No,
and
but
leave
the
it
problem
as that.
Exactly.
That's all you got to
say
do.
that,
No,
but
but
the whole
if
thing
the
was
conditions
built
are
around.
right.
Yeah,
The
but
whole
that's
thing-
standard.
The
Like,
whole thing
manager
was
talk.
built around him. It was like
Just
Young
let the
versus
manager
Young.
talk for someone who
No,
normally plays.
but that's part. No. But that doesn't matter. And exactly what Binza just said.
Yeah.
Right? It matters. Like you come out, you manage expectations.
Mm.
You know there's hype around everything, so you just calm it down. You just say, look, I know what everyone's thinking, but by allowing it to, by not coming out and getting ahead of it,
Mm.
you've now put undue pressure on yourself. You've now allowed by not using him, you've created this whirlwind that's coming at you.
Nah, but
I
it's
think-
PR.
But
innit?
if he gets ahead of it and says, "Look, I'll be real with you. This is the situation. I know what man, but we've still got a game to win. If the conditions are right, he'll get on the pitch.
I think he would have still had problems. Do you know the reasons why he's got problems, though, Isaac?
Yeah, we all know why.
It's because of that extra bit on his interview.
Yeah, of course, of course.
And I think what you're saying kind of makes sense. But as you're talking it through, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking anyone else can do that before a game. Not you, Nepo baby.
No, of course not.
Not you, Darren Ferguson, who has a Premier League medal, yeah?
I just think.
So I think to be fair, yeah, you're right. Sorry, you are right. As I think it through, yes, do that. But I think coming from him, he would have got that whirlwind before the game.
No, I just thought it was wrong what he did.
He benefited from it and then didn't.
Ben said something before the game. PR, TV money, all of that stuff. The extra attention on the club.
Chairman's rang him and said, "Listen, it's time in the squad."
But if he's not been on that squad bench,
yeah.
but once all season, and now he's on it for this game,
Yeah. Throw him on for a minute or two.
then throw him on.
Yeah.
Give him a minute to then turn around to include him and then turn around and then make that statement. Like you
Yeah.
said, it's very cheeky.
Yeah,
That's very cheeky.
I didn't realize he was manager. When I saw the manager was, I said, "This guy's not touching pitch." I said it straight away, and then interestingly, again, as you said, the debate's been raging. I think there was one of these football call-ins. The guy called in and said, "That was Wayne Rooney sat on the bench. Do you reckon he would have put him on?" And everyone was like, "Yeah, he would have still."
100%.
And the guy said, "I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna say any more, but I'm just gonna leave it there."
You do with that. You do what you will with that information.
And I thought, you know what? That's a fair point. You would not want to be the manager that did not put on Kai Rooney if Wayne Rooney was on the pitch.
All I'm saying to you is, I think it was very cheeky what he did. He's included him, knowing what it will look like.
But
To then not give them the opportunity to fulfill.
what about the angle that look, this is
Yeah.
business. Business is business. We're
that's
keeping it
fine.
It's a
professional.
rock and a hard place, to be fair.
No, that's fine. Then don't include him in the squad, or get ahead of it and manage it early.
Yeah, fair.
You've created this whirlwind that
But they
you're now
wanted
dealing
that.
with.
They wanted that, right?
They did want it. They
got
wanted
the
the
BBC. They got
yeah.
BBC to sign up to
Yeah.
it. They wanted
So,
it.
so then moving on. Sean Dyche is gone. Tyler Young didn't get on the pitch.
Mhm.
And then we hear that David Moyes has been appointed manager of Everton. What are they doing, bruv?
In
What do you mean
11
with-
years since he's
They've hired a
Experience.
European Cup-winning,
Thank you.
experienced Premier League manager.
Thank
That's
you.
what they do.
We got them into CL football
Oh, funny.
as well. And
So-
was-
He got them in Champions League football 10 years, 15
it
years
doesn't
ago.
matter. He's done it though.
So I hear your argument in terms of it was a long time ago, and you can say Everton has spun the block, bringing that old bay back.
Hold on. He's also
They say you should never spin the block though.
They say you shouldn't spin the
Don't
block.
do that. Don't do that. I wasn't expecting that. Don't do that. Okay,
But
Go on.
I think since he, like, bar the stint at Man United, which was too much too soon for him, I don't see it as a bad appointment for where Everton have been
Tell you what,
Where they
though,
are.
to
sorry,
where they want to go.
sorry to interrupt. I don't listen. In hindsight, his Man United stint wasn't that bad. by
It
the way.
was.
No, yeah, it was. Yeah,
But-
it wasn't
by the
that
way-
fair.
and a lot of things he highlighted is come true.
Yeah. And I think Everton would love to be where West Ham were under David Moyes. And I think they've seen that and thought, let's
Can I
get
add something to that
starting
as well?
block.
Player development. Hold on. I'm adding this.
Who's he developed?
He's helped improve Rice's game.
Bowen.
Bowen, thank you. Look, for him to say Bowen, yeah,
Go on.
Kudos performing well under him.
Yeah.
And he look at the drop off now. Mikel Antonio, West Ham top goal scorer. Thank
Okay.
you. So,
All right. Look, yeah.
you know,
I'm not saying it's a great appointment, but I understand it.
no,
That's
it's,
why
a good,
yeah.
it's a good
So this
transitional
is-
appointment to get them back
Yeah.
to that ground before they
So
appoint
I
someone
was
new.
gonna say. So look, yeah. This is all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a rubbish manager or whatever. All I'm saying is I find it strange where you make that kind of investment, yeah, in that kind of club, if you look around you and look the way the game is going, right, and the type of appointments people are making, etc., this just seems like a very short-term thing to do. If you actually look at what he does, how he plays the game, and the direction the game is going in, you're not giving yourself any advantages, right? So the only thing I didn't check is I didn't check how long his contract was.
2 years.
2.5.
2 years, 2.5.
That's good.
So he will be the new manager that leads them out of the new stadium.
That's right. Nostalgia.
And also, like
to be honest, these days that's a long contract for him.
you say based on appointments that people are making, etc. Like a lot of these managers that have come from abroad into the Premier League haven't got a too dissimilar record from David Moyes. Like it's
I'm not even talking record. I'm talking about
The style of football.
the style of football, the approach they want to take to the game, etc. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying this is they're going to be now trying to do that, right? In 3 years' time or so, when everyone has already been doing it for however long. That's my only.
But don't you need to
I
get
agree
to
with that.
a baseline to get that particular type of manager in?
Not necessarily.
Remember, they're flirting with relegation. How many of those managers?
Where were Bournemouth when they got E088 in?
He come in fresh for the season.
Yeah, but Gary O'Neill had just said that they were like 17th or something.
Yeah, but I'm saying
They
but he
finished
he
17th.
came in like with whole pre-season and like that.
Work,
Brighty Glasner came in at the back end of last season.
Yeah.
Emery?
But we didn't really know.
Emery?
No, but he came in like earlier. He came in like October, and he'd been here before, so it wasn't like alien to him
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah, it's
No,
not
I
alien.
understand.
It's not alien to Moyes either.
No, but
No, this is fine.
what I'm saying is like Moyes
Knows
knows
it.
what he knows what he's
what he's
doing. Like I think
And he
I
don't
think
play
I think
bad
the Moyes,
football. I think you're being unfair. He doesn't play bad football.
I'm not saying it's a poor appointment. I just think there are better appointments they could have made.
Who?
I don't know. It's not my job. I didn't know who E088 was before he turned up here.
No, but what?
Yeah, I didn't know who. What's the guy's name at Brighton? I didn't know who he was before he turned
But
up here.
I think they've looked at certain-
Herzl, I didn't know.
And I
Is
hear
there
what you're
just
saying.
like
No,
I
and
just you understand what I'm saying?
I do hear that, but I think there's an element where they're going to look at numbers, they're going to look at who's available, they're going to look at someone who's experienced in staving off relegation and they can avoid it, and he ticks those boxes.
Yeah, but
Is
they've
he?
given him a 2.5.
Has he
Yeah.
dealt
He's
with
done it.
staving
Remember
off
with
relegation
West
before?
Ham.
West Ham, and he's done it.
remember he was at West Ham twice. He kept them up, and then they went with the guy that was at Man City. Was it Pellegrini?
Yeah.
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 Then
Then
knew that was awful.
he
and
left,
went back
and then he went back to West Ham.
and got them the cup.
Yeah.
Fine.
Uh,
Well, I suppose
then-
the first mission, the first objective is to save them from relegation,
Mm.
right?
And then what?
And then readdress their goals and objectives.
And also, I don't
That
think you're
point.
breaking the cycle either. Let's be honest, yeah. Yes, Sean Dyche and David Moyes are two different levels of manager,
Mhm.
yeah, easily, but they cut from a similar mold. Let's be honest.
It's true. They're the managers who decide they you look at their teams and their styles.
Yeah.
It's don't lose first.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
I think Moyes has a bit more about him in terms of what comes after don't lose, whereas Sean Dyche is just don't lose. And then hope for the best.
Yeah. So David Moyes says don't lose and score some goals.
Yeah.
Sean Dyche says just don't lose, and if you happen to knock it in,
Yeah.
lovely.
Good one, lads.
Yeah. So that's why when I saw that, I just thought, bro. And also when you read up on them, the guys who have now bought Everton,
Yeah.
listen, they know what they're doing. Yeah, they've bought a few clubs, etc. So I was just surprised. 2.5-year deal. That's not a short deal, man. That's a long time. You're gonna buy players for him in that window, in those windows.
But
It-
I think, but
This is
like
the
I said,
same guy
I
that
think they've
signed
looked at
Danny
certain
Ings, bro.
things. Yeah, but I
Or
think
is
they've
it a
looked.
probation period?
He's the same guy that signed James Ward-Prowse. Brother, allow
No,
it,
but
man.
James done the job for them.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can-
he's your guy, James.
But also, you got to look at what he done with Leighton Baines, what he's done with Seamus. He's got a good.
what he done with Leighton Baines?
No,
When
but
was
what I'm
that?
saying- no, but it doesn't matter when it was. It's
Yes, it does
so
matter.
what? So what?
It doesn't
So hold
matter.
on, stop. So if we no stop, and if, stop, because this is what
Leighton
I've-
Baines.
No, hold on, but it doesn't mean that's not player development. That's player development. Yes or no,
Give me your players developed since COVID.
Bowen?
Nah,
Thank you.
man.
Here you go.
Nah, man. He didn't even buy Bowen.
It doesn't.
I'm sure Pellegrini bought
But he
Bowen.
developed Bowen.
He developed him, yeah?
Bowen
You
got
got-
into England under his watch. Bowen got into England under his guy.
Yeah, West Ham's best recent players have performed under Moyes. I think that's
Paqueta.
a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Kudos.
I-
So
Yeah, that's fair.
So even though we're going to look at all of those things, we've got to look at actually he's got a decent track record with helping players get to the next level, etc. So actually, that appointment is not a bad appointment. They got a lot of transfers.
I didn't say it was a bad appointment. I just said they could make better ones.
I hear you, but I'm still saying it's not a bad appointment. And he's got a track of developing players and bringing them on to another level. So, and then it's someone else to step in. They're going through. They got their stage. They got their phases, isn't it? Like phase one. Now.
Okay.
So they're in phase one, like Arsenal.
So this season, don't get relegated. That's success for this season.
Mm-hmm.
What should they be expecting from David Moyes
Break the top 10.
over the length of this contract?
Get into the top 10.
Break the top 10. And then try and get into European places.
In 2 years. I just reckon.
It's doable.
Sorry. No.
2 years. 2 years.
You know how bad that squad
No,
is? You know how bad that squad is? That squad is bad.
I know that.
That squad is bad.
But you're saying that in 2.5 years with player acquisitions, like you can look at Nottingham Forest might be in Europe this season. Like no one would have expected that.
Yeah, fair.
Bournemouth are challenging.
They did by 35
even
players.
when Brighton got into Europe.
Forest. Look what it's taken. It's taken
How long
2 years.
But this is what he got
How long
2.5. What we
been-
said 2.5.
how
We're
long
saying
has
he's during
been
his
Nah,
tenure.
but you see, Keith, yeah. This is the same guy. Biggest Tommy Slot has to challenge for the Premiership in his first season. So Keith doesn't play when it comes to managers. He doesn't play.
Look, all right, 6 months. Wipe 6 months out because it's just about fighting off relegation.
Yeah.
Right. Then you get a summer window.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You're not bringing in
7 players.
Yeah.
players that are going to take you from relegation
Scraps.
to
He's got a lot of
Europe.
old guys in there.
In
No,
one
but
season.
You can't
I
even
said-
sign the
I said
players West
10.
Ham would sign.
I said first season
Yeah,
top 10.
okay.
So you're looking at like
that's a
finishing
big jump.
10th,
Top
11th.
10. I'm saying
Okay,
14th.
so how many? So
I
how
can't
many?
be 14th.
Wait, so how many players would you reckon he needs to bring in? This is everyone
I've-
to get them into
He
10.
needs a striker because Calvert-Lewin's contract's up and he
He's
might
dead.
be going.
He's dead.
He
anyway.
needs-
Beto
He's
is-
washed.
He needs 2 strikers. Go
Yeah,
on.
okay. He needs 2 strikers. He needs
Centre mid. He needs a DM. He needs like a 6 type player.
Yeah, because what's his name? Gay? Oh,
Yeah,
He does a
forget
madness.
it.
No, he does a madness out there.
Well, we said top 10.
Okay, let's say he needs 4 first teamers
Okay,
across the board.
Which is doable.
He might get that in the summer.
which is doable
And the
because
Jan-
they've got no depth.
The summer and the January, he might get
Sorry,
that.
just on that point. I think he needs 4 first teamers just to not be in a relegation battle again.
I'm with you.
I don't know.
That's 14th.
I think that's all that gets
That's
him.
14th.
That gets him,
out.
me and
15th to 14th.
Bournemouth are bridgings.
Yeah, but that could
Then
be
he
top
needs
10.
another 4 players to start talking to top 10.
To flirt.
So you're saying
Over
Top 10.
38 games.
by the end of the 2.5
So
years?
I reckon
yeah.
to get past Palace, that's his
Alright, fair
target.
enough.
To get past Palace to finish 16th
But I think
or
that's
15th.
success. I think in 2.5 years, if he's consistently top 10,
Yeah.
I think that's success for him.
How? In 2.5 years? Consistently?
But you're saying it's too hard
No,
to
I
break
think
into
I agree
Europe
with
in
him.
2.5
I agree
years.
with him. If in 2 years.
Remember, they've been relegation battles.
He's
Then
finishing
for
we're
3
not
years.
even. We're not even looking at.
I'm going to have
relegation.
to apologize to you, look. If he gets 9th in 2 years,
That's very good.
and nicely, I'm going to have to apologize to you,
Ninth
look.
in 2 years.
Considering what they've been doing the
No, he
last
said
4
consistently.
years.
I'm saying 2 years, he will just get into the top 10.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
No,
In 2 years,
yeah.
just
but
get
I'm saying
into
after
the
the
top
2 years, and then I think he needs another.
But he
Put
gone
it
by
this
then.
way: if he gets to like, what's your for conference 7th?
It could be, yeah.
I think you see that team sheet. You don't know any. The only players that are on that team sheet today is McNeil if he stays,
Bramthwaite,
Ramthwaite if he
If he
stays.
stays.
Pickford.
I mean, no one's buying
Pickford's
Tarkowski, so he's staying.
Pickford staying. He don't know.
Pickford,
Yeah.
I don't. Pickford, yeah, Pickford stay. I
Tottenham
think
might
it's
grab.
one of the ones you don't even recognize the 11 from when he came in. It's not possible.
Tottenham wouldn't. No, Pickford to Tottenham is a no. No, not the way they play.
Pickford's
No.
not a top 6 goalkeeper.
No,
He's
What,
better
with
than
no,
the,
no.
with the
but-
ball to the feet and all that.
Exactly.
Pickford can't go
thank
there.
you.
What do you mean Pickford can
Thank
play
you.
with his, he can play with his.
No,
man.
no.
They just signed the keeper. They don't need him, bro.
Yeah,
That keeper's nothing.
I think Moyes ball, bruv. You're not seeing Europe still with that team.
No, not with that team. Not with the current.
And
But you
what-
would have said
and-
that with West Ham as well, though.
No, but
like-
that team was a team that he had players in that team.
But
Yeah,
he had
and he
certain
got
players-
there.
He had players in that team.
And with the way the league is moving, look at what everyone else is doing and the type of players they're
I know
recruiting.
it's a big job.
It's
It's
going
a
to be
big
crazy.
job. It's a
So,
big job.
so I think success is don't get relegated this season.
Yeah.
Move
Next
the
season-
team away from fighting relegation every season,
to 14th.
and then in that second full season,
Battle of 10.
The top
Battle
10.
for 10.
and if he finishes 11th, 12th, cool.
Then that's a good job.
But we're just not watching our back again.
I think he could break the top 10 just because of the movement in the league we see.
I understand
I
what you're
think he
saying.
should.
I
Only
do
been in the
understand what
past,
you're
bruv.
saying. Because it's just two signings make a difference, or one signing can make a difference. I do
Sorry,
understand what you're saying.
and I guess obviously other teams can get worse. They can
Yeah, and that's
dips
why I
in.
say.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
fair.
But you say, I know we're going to move on, but just quickly, you say other two signings, but it's like you've got to also look at the manager and the club. And what kind of players can you attract? That's it.
But I think
I agree.
I
That's why-
hear that
that's
as
why
well.
I
Bro,
say-
it's the
that's what-
Prem. We pay a lot of money.
Yeah,
You got man at Bournemouth on like 100 racks.
Who is on 100 grand at Bournemouth?
Bruv,
Stop
they'll be-
making stuff up, bruv.
I reckon even
Let me.
I don't think he deserves it.
I can say Evan Nielsen. I said
Evan
I bet he's
Nielsen.
clear on
Evan
100.
Nielsen.
Yeah, I don't think he
This
deserves
is
it, but he
his
doesn't.
Let me-
top league.
Carry on.
With
I'll do some Google.
I think he's
100
But
grand at
someone-
Bournemouth.
someone will be close.
I think he's close
Nah,
to it.
Bournemouth will be good at business.
I think Evan Nielsen's. I think he's
Bruv,
there.
They've been
top
Premiership
earner there must be like-
mainstays for what? 4 seasons?
Who?
They've been Premiership mainstays for 4 seasons. And they benefited
Yeah,
from the new TV
nah,
deal.
even Wolves are paying that. I think they're paying that 100 racks now.
Speaking of Bournemouth,
Yeah.
Billing to Napoli.
I know. His
Yeah.
agent's playing a blinder, innit? I think he's a decent player.
I agree. I think he's
You know
a
what it
very
is? I
good
think you know, like they say, styles make fights, right?
player. Yeah.
I think his attributes will serve him really well in Serie A.
Bruv,
My only concern,
Conte
though,
player, innit?
yeah, my only concern is they've got McTom, they've got Anguissa, they've got Lobotka, they've got Gilmore.
Hmm.
Where's Billing going?
I think it's a rotation thing. Are they still in the Champions League? Or Europa?
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
I remember what's his name? Has he gone? What's the winger's name?
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah.
No, he's asked to leave, but you know Napoli, they don't play ball like that. Look at what happened to Osimhen.
Arsenal.
Kvaratskhelia will end up playing in MLS if he
I
carries
don't think
on.
no one's losing.
Yeah,
out
so
on Osimhen, though.
I was wrong. So Evan Nielsen's on 85,
That's close. That's
Clivert's
close
on
enough.
80, Kepa's on 75, Ryan Christie's on 70.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're not far off. So
They're
they
not-
could
All
pay
right.
it.
My bad.
They could pay it.
My bad. Damn.
Bruv, it's the Prem. The Prem is the cash
yeah,
cow.
they're paying out money. But
Damn.
I think, and adding to that, when you can sell a project, you will get players. Remember, City done
I
that.
hate
Remember,
that word in
no,
football.
but
you know.
that's
Right.
what it is.
No,
though.
you're right though. You're right.
Look what City done. City got Yaya, they got Robinho, they sold a project.
But it helped that they had money.
So what? Everton ain't got money.
Free PSR money.
No, but has Everton got money?
They didn't even need
No,
to
but these
walk in.
guys will spend it in a certain way,
Well,
stadium, etc.
They didn't
Yeah.
even need to go walk in with a deck and a presentation. They just slapped the bank account and said, "What do you need?"
I hear that.
It's true. All right, well, we'll see. I think it's a lazy appointment. But anyway, we'll see. Moving on to more news. Pep Guardiola quite unequivocally told everybody that Kyle Walker requested to leave. And when I saw
Immediately.
this,
Immediately. As in this window.
and he was very specific about the convo that he's decided that he wants to play out his thing abroad. Now, this is going to sound like I'm being a bit contradictory here, but just stay with me. I do like that because that's why I enjoy, I think I say all the time, that's why I enjoy about American sports. Everything's on the table, right? Contracts, this guy wants to leave, that guy wants to leave. You got to do it a certain way. Not like what Jimmy Butler's doing, but you just got to do it a certain way. Whereas in football, it's all bare, there's a lot of, it's not classy,
Cloak
to
and
talk,
dagger
all this
and-
rubbish.
Yeah.
So I do like, however, if you look at what I just said as in this is not the norm, isn't it a bit mad that Pep just said what he said in the press conference? All the guy said to him is, why is it Kyle Walker in the squad? That's what he said,
But he gave the honest answer. Like, what else was he meant to say?
Yeah, so I guess I liked it, but can Kyle Walker feel away? Is there,
I think that
is there
kind
any
of touches
negative
on
to him doing it? I just found it strange.
I think it touches on to what we were saying in the earlier season. Something's not right there. Like, and just to kind of, like Kyle Walker to say, I've had enough, I want to leave, like immediately kind of thing. It's kind of big questions around what is going on behind the scenes at City for me as well. But I think Pep's always been quite honest about his players and not playing him and who wants to leave. And
Yeah, okay, fair.
like he's done it with Bernardo Silva, right? Bernardo Silva's been asking to leave like pretty much every season. He's just like, nah, you're not going nowhere.
I just wasn't expecting it. Like, so why Kyle Walker, journalist said, well, it's hard for me to say, but he asked, I said, what?
Yeah. And I think
And I don't think he says that if they're in the title race.
No, he doesn't, does he?
no, not at all.
Yeah,
He doesn't say that if they're in the title race.
Yeah.
That's to me is indicative of the fact that they don't think they're going to win the title this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. And I think it's a shock that it's a senior English player coming out and saying it as well. Like, with English players, you don't really kind of get that controversy mid-season, really. It's normally at the end of the season, etc.
We've got two now, right? Trent and him.
There's no Trent controversy. He hasn't said he's leaving.
According to Jamie, yes.
Well, it's controversy in terms of
him wanting.
people, and I don't know why it's controversy for him, but it's not controversial for the other two, especially the way Salah's been talking. But anyway, as in not controversy, but as in the fact that now, to your point, we've got two. One's obviously a bit younger, but we've got two players saying, "I'm out of here. Thanks, lads." You know?
I don't think it's the same, really. But
Well, Trent said near the end of his contract, he could stay at Liverpool. He's not said it, but the sensible ones among us say, okay, you've won everything you can there. You're going to go Real Madrid, fine. Kyle Walker, we've not heard from him, but I've won everything here. Before I retire, let me go and experience abroad, win some money. There's some other reasons I could think of that he might want to be abroad, but I will not speak on those. So different reasons, but I guess what I'm saying is, like you say, you know, really see a high-profile English player
okay.
in January. He said, I want to leave. We know Trent is going Real Madrid. And I think we all know he's not going this January. That's probably the difference. So yeah, talk of it being AC Milan. What do you think?
I think it'd be a good move. I think, again, he's still got some, and the Italian league's a lot slower, right? So I think he will do well.
It's a lot more tactical, a lot
More
technique,
tactical. He's technically good. You don't think?
We're not having the conversation again.
Yeah, we're not having this because you're being disrespectful to Carl.
Yeah, my only issue, it's not an issue, is that I would say AC, I know Milan won their Super Cup last week, but in the league, their league form's not very good. Like, they're struggling to even get in the European places. So if it was AC Milan, I'd just be a bit like, why AC Milan? Surely there'll be another team.
It's nostalgia.
But you got to go to where who wants you. You got to go.
True. And also, Tomori's there, Loftus-Cheek is there, Tammy Abraham's there. They've got like an English core, so they'd help him settle in it. So.
And on top of that, it's a different challenge.
Yeah.
You've been at a team that's dominated the league for a while.
Yeah.
So maybe you want that. Maybe you want to go to a team that's not as dominant.
Yeah.
You want
yourself.
that hunger. You want exactly a little bit of challenge.
Yeah, I mean, they're 8th at the moment with 2 games in hand, to be fair. So they're only 4 points off the top 6. 6 points. Oh, they're 8 points off the top 4. It is a strange one. I think their issue is I don't think they've got a decent killer striker. That's their challenge. They haven't got a killer striker.
They've relied heavily on Pulisic.
Yeah.
Rafael Leao's been too inconsistent.
Yeah, exactly.
Tammy in and out of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said killer striker.
But fair play to him, man. If he wants to go abroad.
Or he goes Saudi, you know, he could do that.
Bag.
And go and join the boys out there. Either way, it's gonna be fine. City have obviously entered the market. You guys were telling me loans have banked a healthy profit on this player. What is it? Centre back, right back?
Centre back.
Buying another centre back.
Yeah,
I said in the football group,
he needs one.
he'll most probably be playing right back next season or the season after.
You can just see where Arteta gets it from, innit? Flipping out. What they paid? 40 million for him?
Yeah, £40 million deals effectively been agreed. Personal terms have been agreed. I find it weird that personal terms are always agreed ahead of
They do
club.
the other way around now,
Yeah,
don't they?
like, yeah.
What do you mean? Personal terms agreed
So they have
after?
talks to the
before.
players now before they
No,
get
because
permission
before
to.
you're not supposed to talk to the player. Remember?
Yeah, but
But you can get permission to talk to him, and then we still
of
organise.
course,
Yeah.
But they brought him for £100,000.
I think it just stops time wasting, right? Because like you get permission, you put the bid to speak to the player. Players like, no, I don't want to come.
Yeah.
I think it just prevents time wasting. Now.
And Fab saying that they've pretty much agreed a deal for the Frankfurt striker or forward Mamouche, the Egyptian guy.
Who? City have?
Yep. So everyone's been saying they need a backup for Haaland. They look like they've got the
But
guy
I
that
thought he
everyone's
was more
talking
of
about.
a
Right winger.
Yeah,
He can play across.
He can play like Alfred. He can play across the forward line.
dear.
So I think that'd be a very good signing for them if he hits the ground running.
Oh boy,
So
not good.
And tumbleweed at Arsenal.
Don't even just anyway. What I'm saying is, we get to the end of the season, don't win anything, and Slot wins the Prem. Don't worry, you guys don't even need to come here. I'll do that whole part myself. Yeah?
get Brent to zoom in.
What?
It's an hour and a half of John just cursing.
Well, I say, Brent, it's me and you today. Don't worry. Yeah? Nah, not having that. But yes, midweek, we are back to the Prem. Or the English Premier League. People keep telling me for calling it the Prem. It's not been called the Prem for a long time, blah, blah, blah. But on Tuesday, Man City go away to Brentford. Chelsea are home to Bournemouth. West Ham at home to Fulham. So Potter's second game in charge. Forest are at home to Liverpool.
Game. Very
Big game. Big game. Because Forest is form at the moment. I was listening to a pod the other day that was discussing Nuno and Forest's form, etc. I didn't realise he'd worked under Mourinho. So he's a Mourinho disciple.
Oh, what, in Portugal?
Yeah, in Portugal.
Okay.
And he was a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a goalkeeper.
Mourinho as well. He was part of the Porto team that won the Champions League.
Was he?
Yeah.
It all makes sense. Because even his whole setup, offensive, counter-attack, etc. And I would also, because of the Tottenham spell and obviously the time he had, Wolves had 2 7-place finishes.
Yeah, before the Wolves fell off, he done well.
He did well. So it's kind of repeating that. He's got his schema. There was an interesting comment though. I can't remember who made it. It was a footballer, and he said, "That's all well and good for a period of time. But if you're one of the attacking players in his team, you want the ball. You want to be the team that's got the ball.
Yeah.
So there's always a bit of a shelf life of this way of playing, unless you turn around the players.
Recycle the players.
But he might evolve his game. He can have more
he's
money.
evolved it though.
Yeah, a little bit.
But in your defense, a little bit, they're not too counter-attacking. Like, I've watched them play a few times this season.
Yeah,
and when they've got the ball, they use it well. And like, they don't always sit back.
Low buck.
Yeah, and wait to, especially against teams in and around their level, so to speak.
What do we think about that game?
I think Conor Bradley has to start. Very real.
Why?
I don't trust Trent.
Well, in that game, Trent would
Against who?
Against Elanga and Hudson-Odoi.
Oh, yeah, bro.
He would do Hudson-Odoi.
Who?
Well, we lost to them already this year.
Yeah, but
It won't be easy.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I don't think Trent struggled in that game. That weren't.
I think if Liverpool win that game, that's a marker for how we'll kick on for the rest of the season. Just because of how, like, they've won 7 on a row in all competitions. They've looked pretty decent whenever they've played.
They're taking points off all the top teams, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And Slot is gunning for them. Like, he still talks about the loss. He still talked about it last week.
Really?
Like, his head is hot.
His head is performed that bad, and it was a bad performance that day.
That doesn't bode well.
He's bugged.
And I think he got done tactically outdone as well, because remember it was like a very defensive display. And he's like, all right, Alanga, Callum, on now.
Yeah.
Boom, bombing forward.
Yeah. He likes to do that as well. He will pick his team a certain way, then later in the game just throw on the 2 speedsters to cause mayhem. Looks like will be Moyes' first game at home to Villa. Leicester got Crystal Palace, Newcastle Wolves, and then the North London derby on Wednesday. Which, mate,
Who needs that win more?
Good question.
Ange or Arteta?
and
No,
You think-
Really?
Arsenal.
when I
After
say
these two,
more,
after this
Yeah.
last week.
when I say more, right? So obviously, it's Arsenal, it's Arteta, and the way he goes on and the stuff he says. So the whole media thing around it is. But if we really look at it and look at the last 10 games, Ange needs that win more.
I'd say Arteta just because you haven't won in your last 3 games.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't win that game, everyone's like,
No,
No
they
winning
both need the
4.
win. You said who needs the win more?
yeah, I mean, right now. Like, I don't mean like long
I don't
term.
know. Huh?
Because Arteta, I think, and right, even though Ange needs to win, everyone's going to look at injuries, etc. for Ange. And even though that could kind of be angled at
Spurs have
Arsenal,
lost 50% of their league games.
this is what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, he's got an injury list, right? No centre backs, no goalkeeper, etc. Arsenal, even though we've got injuries, we're meant to be a title contending team. And to keep the pressure on Liverpool, we've got to win. He has to win that game. And because of the 2 last results now, he's got to win.
And no one expects Tottenham to win at the Emirates.
Spurs are 12th. If they lose and Man United or West Ham win, they'll be 15th.
Yeah.
No one's expecting Tottenham to win that game.
Yeah,
I think
That's why I agree with them. I think after this past week, I think Arteta needs that win.
Spurs will be 15th. You lot know Henry.
Yeah, but the squad's bad. They got,
15.
but the caveat for them is they've got
Pressure's
injuries.
already on, and the pressure's already
But-
on, Ange.
Yeah, but he's got injuries. He's got like no centre backs, one left back's missing,
There you go.
no goalkeeper.
There you go.
Son's pretty much finished now. So,
He just got a new contract.
but you know what I mean. What's the Werner?
I think that's
rubbish.
mental, by the way. But
What? And Bentancur's out now, even
Yeah.
though they're not missing him. Hopefully he gets better soon, and but
you would rather have Basuma in the team than Bentancur?
yes, 100%.
You're mad.
100%. Bentancur don't do nothing. So
Who would you rather have, Bentancur or
you can
Basuma?
say Bentancur. I know he's gonna say Bentancur.
Bentancur or Basuma?
Basuma.
Basuma is better than Bentancur.
I know
Bentancur don't.
Basuma.
Bentancur's
I
not
haven't seen
physical.
Basuma play a good game since he left the South Coast.
No, that's unfair. But Bentancur, like you're looking for this kind of fake Busquets to do something. I don't see.
See, you know when you don't rate a player?
I don't rate them
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
really bad.
Yeah. And he's not good. People see it soon, but get well soon.
Moving on. Any other? Yeah, I think that for the midweek games, those are the games to call out. Man United at home to Southampton. But
Straightforward.
you would hope so, but nothing is sure with Man United these days. So yeah, we'll be touching base on those games midweek. And I said, look, based on everything we've talked about, managerial moves, etc., predictions for the second half of the season. I think I already made one earlier.
I still stand on United picking up points and moving closer to the top four.
Really?
I'm sure you said they would make
For-
top four.
I said they'd make top four, but I'll change it slightly.
I
By
like
saying
Oh, you tried it. You tried it.
Because when he said it the first time, I was like, are you sure?
I think you're just going to move forward and be
Man
close to the
City
top
United.
four. No, you said they're going to make top four.
Man City United are 13 points off the top four.
Who, Man United?
Yeah.
How much closer? how much closer are you going to get? 3
10
points?
points?
So that's your big prediction for the rest of the season?
That's my hitting for the stars, shooting for the stars.
All right, I need you to give me a league table position. You
Man
can't say
United.
closer to the top four. Yeah, Man United. What's your
Position.
prediction then where they're going to
Where are
finish?
they now?
Sixth.
They're 13th.
That's bold.
You know who's 6th now? Man City.
That's bold. So what's your top four then? Let's do our second half of the season, top four.
Top four?
Wait, top four based on second half of season form or how it's going to finish?
No, how it's going to finish. So
Oh,
we've
okay.
done it at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Let's see how it might change, etc.
Liverpool,
Mm.
Forest.
I knew it. I hate this guy, bro. I knew it. See you.
Have
yeah?
you seen the state of
No,
Arsenal?
I cannot stand you.
He just wants smoke
Bruv,
online, you know. He just
I
wants to
knew
smoke
it.
for
I
all the
watched
fans
it. I
online.
knew it. Go on,
Can I
Forest.
finish?
Go on, these
Okay,
fun.
Liverpool, Forest,
Chelsea?
Arsenal,
Oh, Chelsea.
City.
Go on.
Jagger?
Yeah.
Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Forest.
Bro. Go on. Adrian.
Just switching it around. So, let's say we're just Arsenal. I don't.
No, stand on it.
You
Stand
don't
on
believe
it.
it. You don't believe it.
No, I've got to say Arsenal. No, it's Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest. And I think City's just going to creep in.
You know, man. I think it's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, City.
With Chelsea.
I am, but I'm looking at Newcastle with one eye. Look at Newcastle with one eye. I'm going to go same top four, just different order. So Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea. I don't think Forest can do it. And the way the tables, it just takes 2 or 3 draws.
I think them not having Europe is going to be massive for them. I think
Thank
they're-
you.
yeah.
And
Everyone else is going to go deep into
Exactly.
No, but
and then
the Chelsea,
Chelsea are going to, trust me, Chelsea are going to put them.
man in the letter
Yeah,
packs.
they're going to register Palmer. All the ones they haven't registered, because you've seen them drop points against smaller teams.
And they still got the issue with their defenders.
Yeah, and like the
And
last 4 teams of the conference are not like also runs in it. Like they're teams that could nick a point here and there kind of thing. So I think they'll register Palmer and them, man, for the later part of the
I
competition.
don't see Forest holding on for Champions League place. Man.
Just look what happened with Newcastle with no European ball. He stormed into top four.
But I agree with. I still think Forest, but Newcastle's what you're saying because they just
Eddie's
got
not fooling me
momentum.
again.
Huh?
They're too inconsistent. Eddie's not fooling me again. They're too inconsistent.
Brother, no, they got momentum right now. What's that?
Yeah,
How
I
many
think
games?
it's 5 or 6 in a row they
Well,
won.
there's still 18 games to play, though.
No,
It's a lot of
no.
games.
They got
It's a lot of games.
Yeah. It's going to go down to the wire, though. I think all of it's going to go down to the last
Yeah,
kind
that
of
full
2
place
weeks.
battle's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I think I just maybe I'm not being objective, but I just don't see Forest hanging on for another 18 games. That's wrong, not hanging on. It's Champions League, it's not hanging on. But just maintaining that form for another 18 games. I mean, even midweek, they lose to Liverpool and Newcastle win their game, they're already under pressure.
But same
And
applies for
Chelsea
you.
win their game. Hmm?
Same applies for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think but we got I think we got a better chance of staying in the top four than Forest have.
Why?
What do you mean why?
I do.
Yeah, it's a legitimate question.
Okay.
At this point, like, and it's not being facetious. It's a legitimate question.
You've got. All right, granted, you've only got Champions League, but you've still got extra games that they don't have.
Well, is this what we're doing? Yeah?
This is what
You want me
this
to
is what we're
justify why Arsenal are more likely to finish the top four than Nottingham Forest?
Yeah.
doing. Don't do that. Don't do this.
I'm fair. No,
No,
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
No.
When the season
I don't
finished,
want to
May
disrespect
27th,
Forest.
I'll start endless
I'm
other
not-
conversation
I'm
then,
not
innit?
going to
Like-
disrespect Forest. Yeah.
To be fair, Arsenal's finishes in February.
You're
just wrap up.
Well,
You're a
this is
nasty
what
guy.
this is what Arteta's done to us. Arteta's made us a banter. These players have made us a banter club again.
I need to
Listen,
say
you know the
sabbatical.
quality between our squad and Forest over the 38
Oh,
games is
sorry.
going to show through. Just allow it, bro.
Yeah, the only reason why I asked the question is because you're level points, innit? Like,
No, you
I
asked
don't-
the question.
don't
You know
do
what he's
that,
did,
Keith.
bro.
No,
You
it
know what
is.
he's did.
level points.
You know what he's did.
Is
You know what he's did.
They've
You know
got
what
a
he's did.
full rotational squad.
But then the other side of it is we face pretty much, I think, lower half of the table for the rest of the fixtures.
The way we've been playing, that's not going to matter.
But anyway, ain't no there. Ain't no there.
Ah, dear.
Relegation. Who do you think's going down?
Same three.
What?
That's down there right now.
Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton. Our Wolves are on the same points as Ipswich. I think.
The new Wolves manager's got them playing though.
Well, he needs to hurry up because
I
they
know,
lost
okay.
the last game with him, innit? So
yeah, they need to pick up results.
yeah,
With 18 games to go, do you think Southampton can get 6 points?
They can, but
ask me in 2 weeks when the new managers.
settled in.
How come
Yeah,
he-
I think
they-
Southampton and Leicester are gone, and I think the third spot will be between Ipswich, Wolves, and Everton.
he gets a month?
I don't think Everton. If Everton go down there, you know, hey,
Everton's not going down.
if Everton go down,
They're
yeah.
not going down. Yeah,
I don't want to hear nothing from you lot managers again.
Best stadium in the championship.
If Everton go down, but I think it's between Wolves and Ipswich for that last relegation spot.
Wolves
Yeah,
have got
more
too
than
much
likely.
firepower. Go down.
Well, what's their firepower been doing for the first 20 games?
Keeping them above Ipswich.
They're the same points, bro.
It's goal difference, right?
You know what the goal
Goal
difference
difference.
is?
But
Goal
Ipswich
difference.
doesn't
are
matter.
picking
Do
up
you want to
form.
know what it is?
Shh, Tell me.
It's one goal.
But it's still goal difference, right?
Oh my God.
It's just hold on.
Guys
Have
You guys
you-
have got too much firepower. They've got one more goal.
and they're gonna
at
have
this
more.
stage.
They're gonna have more.
Okay.
No, they scored 11 more goals than Ipswich.
Okay.
It's
Fair.
it's Wolves' defences.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
Thank
I
you,
didn't see
Keith,
that column.
Thank you.
I didn't see that column. So
Yeah, clearly.
Southampton have only scored 12 goals,
12 goals.
They've conceded 44, right?
and Everton have only scored 15. 20 games. That's crazy.
Beto and DCL up front.
That is mental.
15 goals
the
in
PR campaign for
19
DLC has been. It's only now they're like, we don't think he can do it anymore. But before it was like, oh, once it gets
You might
fit.
as well bring Ellis Sims back.
Yeah.
You want to know the funniest thing? So Liverpool have scored the most goals. Who's scored the second most goals?
City.
Someone else.
Tottenham.
Someone unexpected.
Tottenham.
Tottenham have scored.
Tottenham.
So Liverpool scored
But
47
Tottenham has
goals.
Big goals, isn't it?
Yeah,
Tottenham have
5,
scored 42 goals.
4-1.
There was this thing a couple weeks ago where Tottenham had scored nearly the most and conceded nearly the least. but they just can't manage games. So it's crazy, isn't it? Like
Forest have scored the least amount of goals in the top 10,
in 1-goal wins, man.
but their defense, they've conceded the same amount of goals as Liverpool, and Arsenal have conceded one less. So that's where it is. Really.
Yeah, Misley.
That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Well, thanks for nothing, Arsenal. Back to the Premiership on Wednesday, North London derby, straight into it. Let's see if we can, if Arteta and that team can redeem themselves, or Angie's gonna be laughing. We'll see. We'll be back next week.
It's going to be a very interesting game,
Mate, the Arsenal team are going to be trying too hard, probably, right? To redeem.
Very interesting.
Over 3.5, I'm going.
Yeah.
It's going to be open.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Over 3.5.
back and
Yeah,
forth
that's a
game.
2-2 to be fair. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it, I'll be honest. Not the way we're playing.
And that's why it'll be interesting.
And I don't
Arsenal
know-
aren't in the greatest form. Tottenham just leak goals, but they also create opportunities. So
And then let's see, tomorrow we'll wake up, there'll be another injury.
Yeah, hopefully Jesus is out for too long. But Arteta said it doesn't look good.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at
He
all.
pulled up twice. But the foul that they gave against Martinez, when you actually see the replay, Martinez, I don't think he even touches him.
Really?
Yeah, if you know that, and I think Martinez got a yellow for it.
Oh, yeah.
When he goes down,
Mm.
I don't think Martinez actually makes that much contact.
But he
And when
came off
people
when he tackled Bruno, innit?
Mm.
And Bruno threw his boot down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
Martinez. So
You know what they say, if you go down like that and no contact's been made, not good.
problem.
Yeah, it's the worst one.
Very big.
All right, as always, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll be back on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.